Hey guys, this is an interesting game. I received it for free for review. It sells for about $2, and I believe it's meant more for VR. It has a lot of VR support. It seems to work with any possible VR headset that you would have. Unfortunately, I don't have one, so I just play with the mouse and keyboard. I believe this also works with a controller. I haven't tested it, but it did list controller support as well. So this game pretty much follows like the space adventure where you're trying to get back to Earth after some sort of alien attack. Now, what's interesting is that you have multiple options to pick from in this game at certain points. It's on rails, so I'm not controlling the guy at all, and because of the whole zero G aspect, sometimes the game feels like it's kind of slow. It's a very short game. Even though it's only $1, it takes about 25 minutes to run through, even with messing up. So that's something to be considered. Now, as I just said, with messing up, when I was first playing this, I was greeted with three options. I'm like, oh, this is cool. So there might be like branching paths, right? And when I grabbed this guy and I saw that I was getting pulled in, I'm like, oh, cool. Maybe if I didn't help him, I would have like stayed on top. No, there's no branching paths. It's actually really weird how this whole multiple option thing kind of there's a lot of it in the beginning of the game, like in level 1, but in later levels there's like none, or maybe like one additional option. But for the most part, this was only in the first level, and it kind of tapered off later. I thought maybe at first it was just because I was picking all the options that I wanted to see. Also, the voice acting in this game. Like, check this out real quick before I go into explaining more. So yeah, that's the voice acting. Kind of funny in some ways, like the clunkiness of it and just the overall tone. I kind of, after a while, found it kind of humorous and kind of snickered at it throughout the playthrough, so I don't know if that was intentional or not. There's also different language options. I haven't tried those out, but who knows, I'm not sure if they just subtitled it or not, but maybe it would be cool if there is voice for all options. So, back onto the branching path thing. They basically just disappear after a while, like you only have like one option. And I was a little disappointed that I kind of like seeing the death animations, even though it was the same death animation recycled. It was still kind of funny to see you mess up. You kind of went with the whole idea of like your guy just talks like very matter of fact, like, need to close the hatch, like cracks me up.
Nuts. Damn you, I'll get you anyway. Let me go. Back off.
Now, here's the second part of the game. There's also a third part that you'll see later, but basically it's a shooting segment. I'm not clicking anything, mind you. It shoots by itself constantly. And all you have to really do is just kind of aim your beam towards the enemies here. This was interesting. I didn't even know I was playing anything at first. It didn't really give me any prompt. It just said level complete and then went right into this. And I realized it was moving with my mouse. I mean, at first I did like a 180 and was just like looking at it, but then I got the hang of it. I also noticed that there is a little bit of a crosshair later on. I don't really notice it here, so I get... Oh, is it there? Yeah, I guess a little bit, but it does become more apparent later, so that's kind of weird that they changed crosshairs. Now this segment was pretty interesting, but oh my god was this repetitive. It's always 3 enemies, and it took pretty much like a good third of the playtime. It's just you slowly progressing to this satellite, which is where the space astronaut guy is. And I guess this is just some good robot that comes to help out. But this took a really long time. I had to like cut so much of it out, or else it would have just been really annoying to watch. It was okay to play, I guess. It's just I really wanted it to end, and I kind of wish there was like some sort of way to boost or excel. Like maybe, you know, if I was to speed forward and increase my risk of getting hit, I could also shorten my time of playing. Once again, I think this probably would have been really cool in VR, where it's not as easy to aim. Maybe it would have been more tense, and also having the things approach you, that probably would have been really cool. Even with the mouse though, this didn't feel very accurate. So I'm not sure what that's about. This is also another interesting thing that I noticed in the game. This is pretty much right after that big flying part. This is how you meet that robot that pretty much gives you, I guess, that new third mechanic where you're astronaut also shooting, and you also see the new crosshair, which is this crosshair actually. I see it here. But what's interesting though is that when I pulled the switch, I guess I must have cut it out, the cable kind of like shifted over. It's really weird because the game does pretty decent job at like keeping everything pretty, I guess, like pretty solid. It doesn't look janky, but when you do get a janky moment, it's really noticeable, and it's kind of hard to like look past. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. And this robot here gave me a bit of a problem, like because I tried to attack him first, and apparently that's not what you do. You have to touch him.
Hey, you don't seem to be aggressive. Okay, then stay on my hand. Let's move on.
So yeah, with all that, do I recommend this game? Sure. Yeah, I mean it's $2, dude. Like, why wouldn't you play this? It's interesting. It's a cool little story. I think you pretty much saw most of the gameplay here, which, you know, that's unfortunate. It's really hard to review something like this because I don't want to like put the game out. You know, like I don't want to like spoil anything. But you know, it's a fun little adventure. There's cool branching paths that get you killed, and pretty interesting to watch, I guess. And oh, it has a little bit of a charm to it. I don't know. It's not bad. I think $2 is a fair price. I mean, it's 30 minutes worth of game time. The one big complaint I have though about the game is the achievements. I feel like they're kind of lame. Like literally half of the achievements are just keeping the game open for like 2 hours. It's really messed up. That's like kind of giving people a false sense of how long this game is. Like, so like if you were to look at people who review it or who have played it, everyone's gonna say 2 hours, and you're like, oh, 2 hours for $2, that's great. It's a fucking lie. It's 25 minutes. Like, that bothers me. That's the one biggest complaint I have about this game that I can't let go. Everything else I think kind of adds a little bit of like comedic tones to it and made me enjoy it more, probably. I think if it was super serious or took itself seriously, I would have hated this game because it really just doesn't have enough to do that. It's in early access, I believe. So hey, maybe it'll get better. Maybe they will add more because right now it's only 5 levels and they're pretty short levels. I think they're like 7 minutes a piece, something like that, or less. But yeah, anyway, as far as VR games, you know, and for the price to, you know, quality ratio, I say this game's like an 8.5, you know, out of 10, just because it's so cheap, and I got pretty good little bit of action out of it. It's a great game because you don't touch the keyboard, you only have to worry about your mouse. It's a great game to play while drinking like your morning coffee, just kind of chilling out, relaxing, want to watch something, but you also want to be a little engaged. It's pretty cool that way, you know. Very relaxing game to play, and I had fun. Now, one thing to consider, would I come back to this game? Probably not. I'm going to be honest, I've pretty much seen everything the game can show me, unfortunately. I think the branching paths would have helped with the replayability. I think if there were branching paths, I probably would have given it like a 9, possibly. You know, but, you know, without the branching paths and only one way to play, that really it's kind of unfortunate, but it's $2, so like, what did I expect, I guess, you know. But I want to thank the developers for giving me this game for free. It was an interesting experience. Yeah, give it a shot. Like, you really got nothing to lose. I mean, it's on sale right now for like closer to $1 than $2, so that's almost like 50%. Oh shit, that's fucking funny. But yeah, thanks for sticking around for this review. Yeah, hopefully this convinced you on getting it if you were debating about getting it. I don't know why you need a review to confirm, but cool, whatever. Alright, see you.